Hello, everyone. Here's question 12 on the Chapter 11 Exam 1 review. So the total profit in hundreds of dollars from selling X items is given by P of X equals 3X squared minus 2X plus 7. What is the average rate of change of profit as X changes from 1 to 3? Now, notice that the average rate of change just means I need to find what is P of 1 and P of 3. Well, P of 1 means that I just need to plug in 1 for the X values. That's going to give me 3, parentheses 1 squared, minus 2, parentheses 1, plus 7. 1 squared is 3, so 3 times 1 is 3, minus 2 times 1 is 2, plus 7, so 3 minus 2 is 1, plus 7 is 8. And then P of 3 just means I replace the X's with 3, so it's 3 times 3 squared, minus 2 times 3 plus 7. So 3 squared is 9 times 3 is 27. 2 times 3 is 6. 27 minus 6 is 21. Plus 7 is 28. So this will give me 28. Yes. So the average rate of change is just the slope between those 2 points. So that would be 28 minus 8 all over 3 minus 1. Now 28 minus 8 is 20. 3 minus 1 is 2. Which of course gives me 10. So the average rate of change between these two values is 10. Now question B asks, what is the marginal profit when X equals 1? Now, because we want to look at marginal profit, the term marginal really means we want to go ahead and find the instantaneous rate of change, aka the derivative at X equals 1. So I only want to know when X equals 1 here, and I don't have any other values. So I'm going to go ahead and just do the instantaneous rate of change at exactly 1. So the marginal profit here, I'm going to abbreviate as MP. That would be the limit as H goes to 0 of P of 1 plus H minus P of 1 all over H. Now, notice that if I wanted to know multiple marginal profit values, I would have just used instead of using 1 here, I would use X and then plug in the X values when we're done. But because I only want to know 1, I'm going to go ahead and just plug in 1 now. Now, notice that we now know that this is the limit as H goes to 0. P of 1 plus H means the X's are replaced with 1 plus H. That gives me 3, parentheses, 1 plus H, close parentheses, squared, minus 2, parentheses, 1 plus H, close parentheses, plus 7. And then subtract off the P of 1. Now, P of 1 we actually already figured out was 8. So no need to do it again. Just write it down as 8. And then all over H. And then simplify this. First, square the binomial here. So we have the limit as H goes to 0 of 3, and then parentheses 1 plus 2H plus H squared. And then minus 2, parentheses 1 plus H, close parentheses, plus 7 minus 8. And then all over H. Now, notice that here's how I did that. I squared the 1. 1 squared is 1. Square the H gives me H squared. Multiply these two together. 1 times H is H. Double the coefficient. Makes that 2H. So it's 1 plus 2H plus H squared there. Now, distribute the 3, distribute the negative 2. When you do this, this gives you the limit as H goes to 0 of 3 plus 6H plus 3H squared minus 2 minus 2H plus 7 minus 8. And then all over H. And then we need to combine like terms. So this is going to give me a new expression here. So we have the limit as H approaches 0. Notice that 3 minus 2 is 1, plus 7 is 8, minus 8 is 0. They all cancel each other. So I'm just left with terms with H's in the numerator. So we have the 3H squared there. And then 6H minus 2H is a positive 4H. And then all over H. Now notice that I can factor out the H in the numerator. That will give me the limit as H approaches 0 of H times 3H plus 4. Then all over H there. And of course, this H and that H cancel each other. So we're simply left with the limit as H approaches 0 of 3H plus 4. And now I can go ahead and plug in 0 for the H. So it's going to give me 3 times 0 plus 4, which is 4. There we go. So notice that the marginal profit at x equals 1 is 4, and the units here would be, actually, let's look at the units on A as well. The units on A, the numerator is in hundreds of dollars, the denominator is in items. So it's $100 per item, $100 per item. Now 10 times 100 is 1,000. So this, you could think of it as $1,000 per item. That works as well. Down here, the units are the same. $100 per item. But 400 is 4 times 100, which of course is 400. So this is $400 per item. And there you go. Interpret your answer to part B. The answer to part B, this is marginal profit. Now remember, marginal profit is, marginal means how much for the next one, basically. So if this is $400 per item, what this is telling me is that if we make one more item than one item, aka on the second one, we will gain $400. Now it's kind of a long-winded way of saying the second one gives us an increase of $400 for our profit. I'll say in profit here. And there we go. And that is question 12 on the review. Have fun.